You know, you start with like skydiving, and then like 3 years later, you're like base jumping. And
Are you saying NA servers are like adrenaline junkies? Is that what's going on the NA
I
servers?
think so.
Welcome back to Ranked Roulette, the game show where we watch your sent-in replays, try to guess their ranks, and fail miserably.
Today we have an insane guest. This is a man that started his journey on YouTube creating RuneScape videos. And later with Minecraft as well. A Minecraft series titled The Quest for Civilization and Revenge of the Gods. And that set the basis for his journey into StarCraft 2. My dear friends, it is the one and only Loco TV.
Thank you. That is the most epic introduction I've ever had.
The second guest has also played Minecraft and was into RuneScape when he was younger too. Sadly, he never made any videos, so we can't make fun of him for that. But there are many other things that we can make fun of him for. It's of course Harstem. Woo! Yeah.
That was actually pretty nice though. I mean, you could have really made yourself look amazing there, but that was quite.
No, I would never do that.
No, you would not do that.
No, it's, it needs to be fair and balanced. Otherwise, people will get upset. Have you been laddering a lot lately, Loco, or no?
No, not a whole lot.
It is scary, isn't it, the ladder?
Yeah, I just the thought of playing against Skytles at this point scares me, man.
Really?
I don't even need to play. I'm already tilted just thinking about it.
You can simulate the games in your head as well.
I've lost so many games against Skytles over the years. At this point, like, it seems harder than ever, So it's a little bit.
Yeah, it's always
a little
tough.
tricky to play the ladder right now. What's going on in this game, man? That's a lot of drones.
That's two
Gonna
Reaper.
mute us?
This is an interesting setup as well, because this Unit 3 and 4 must have been these two Liberators. I bet this is the type of drop that very often just wins this guy games, Snipes all the queens and kind of sets up. Jesus.
This is kind of the reason why we don't really see a lot of mutas below like the tippity top, man. It's so easy to lose them. Wait,
Yeah,
why
he is
there a
up
second
40
pusher?
supply though,
Yeah.
but might be dying. Or
These
maybe
players are pretty
winning.
good. Why are we not sending the links?
It's waiting till the tanks die. Let me just lose 20 workers on my 5th, but
This is where all army hot king comes in, man. It would have been better.
I always like it. Like,
fusion core? Okay.
it's so cool there, because it's obviously a decision. He looked at the tank and was like, okay, I can take out these tanks with my mutas before I take the fight. But then in the process, he lost like a base worth of drones. So it was obviously not worth like the 2 tank shots. But there was a decision and the execution of the plan was good. The plan just really sucked.
Yeah, but it does mean that he's using control groups.
Yeah.
It does mean that he's actually like thinking about these things, right?
Yeah.
So this
Yeah,
is
yeah.
this is proper gaming.
Yeah, it was proper gaming, and also, I think whenever you see someone play Ling Bane, and also especially Ling Bane Muta, despite you still having a way to spend money like pretty larva efficiently, because mutas are like 200 resources per larva, I always feel like it's really easy to start floating when you're playing Ling Bane Muta, because I usually lose a couple of hatcheries against drops, and you're...
Yeah.
It's the same with Ling Bane, It always feels like you're floating cash if you're not like Cyril, basically.
I feel like if you're playing Mutaling Bane half decently, you gotta be pretty high up on the ladder. Like, it's such an easy unit composition to mess up. Especially after like that early game aggression. But then the first 2 Reapers killed so much stuff. Like, the 2 Reapers were not managed particularly well. And it is a double Reaper opener, that's also a bit weird.
I didn't see if it was like multi-racks. Was it like 2 racks on the low ground, or was
Actually,
it...
I'm not sure.
We should have really paid attention to that, Logan. That's kind of the point of the game. This is not a good look for us.
All right, I think I'm gonna go with a safe answer to start.
Oh, I like that. I'm really curious how you judge whether something is a safe answer or not, because in my mind, the safest answer was just getting it correct. But I'm curious to hear about the decision making behind this. I'll start with my review, if you're ready.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Masters 3.
Masters 3? Okay, so in my mind, this was like low Grandmaster.
Oh.
And because I figured low Grandmaster was a little bit too ambitious for a first guess, I went with Masters 1, just because that way I don't lose too many points if I'm wrong. But he had like 90 workers, Mutaling Bane, he was doing like... Wait, were we paying attention to the Terran or Desert? I guess it doesn't matter. Masters 1. Masters 1 it is.
It doesn't matter. It's a safe answer. All right,
Yes.
Hamster, just spit it. I'm with this. I like your thinking there. I really do.
Oh.
It is wild
All
how
right.
that happens. You know what made me go a bit lower? Because I was ready to go Masters 2 or Masters 1 as well. But it was the Liberator on unit 3 and 4, which is such an...
Yeah.
This is not a good move, but it feels like a good move. And I think at this level, it might be a good move still, you know? It's like... because at highest level or at higher level, I think medevac 3 and 4 to split up the forces of the defending Zerg is super important. But because Liberators and Marines, they can work kind of weirdly together, I think that type of setup, a lot of lower level Zergs, I think, struggle with that. So that's why I was thinking this is a lower level setup, because it works for this person on this level. Like, this is a repeat trick, basically. But it shouldn't at higher level, or it's much, much worse than just going for medevac 3 and 4. That was my thinking. It's always really nice to explain someone else why they're wrong after I know for a fact that I'm closer than you. You know, I could have been wrong as well here, and then you could have done the repeat. I'm looking forward to your explanations later when I'm off.
How many forges do... Oh, one?
Oh, just one.
One forge?
This is not that bad.
No.
I was going through Printev's match history the other day, and I saw he played a 15-minute game versus Bana, the other cannon rusher.
Yeah,
and both
yeah.
of them opened up Forge first. I was like, man, I respect it, you know? You just keep going. This is not a well-executed cannon rush, by the way. Like, the cannon placement is bad. The response to it is not very tight either. I'm disliking a lot of stuff here, Loco.
Yeah, the fact that he committed when he was already immediately spotted, right? Like, he was just putting it down in the most obvious location, just easy to kill. Void Ray follow-up is a bit of a classic. I mean, the only thing missing right now is Dark Templar. It's a little difficult against, you know, photon cannons, but if this, like, all settles down, maybe we can get there.
The thing is that the attacking cannoner didn't go for Void Rays. His plan was to go for Phoenixes.
It's gotta be a reaction to the Void Rays, right?
Yeah.
It's not a good one, but still. It's a reaction.
It is interesting, though. You know why I think it's so interesting? Is because I think theoretically you could just give up this cannon position. And
Wait,
you
why did
just,
you back off? Sorry.
You just imagine you kill like 15 workers. Like, and then you defend at home with batteries. I think you could win like that. Well, not anymore because the Nexus is it is too late now for this plan. But I think theoretically it's not a good response, but I think it still could have worked. You know, there is a world, basically.
Yeah? If he gets a good fight, the Phoenixes can do something. Oh, this is gonna be a really hard one to guess. I feel like this is what happens from, like, all the way from Bronze League all the way up to Grandmaster League on the NA server. This is a really tricky one.
But, Loco, I just want to point out that the stacking control on the Void Rays and the stacking control on the Phoenixes really wasn't that bad.
Nope.
And
The
I would
control was
expect this from a cannon rusher, but someone that defends cannon rushes, if they're not super used to controlling these units, might not do it, but the defender did. So I hated the response, but some of the execution, I kind of liked.
Keep in mind that these guys have been playing the NA server for a lot longer than you and me, right? Like, they've grown up as cannon rushers. They have seen some stuff.
There's more brain rot, is what you're saying.
There's more brain rot.
There's more brain rot. Yeah, a lot more.
Ever since they started playing, they've been dealing with this sort of thing. It happens on EU as well, but it kind of like, it stops at some point, right? Or at least it's not very common anymore.
Yeah, no, it goes to the very top. Yeah, even the elite there is doing this type of stuff. Like, if your highest level player is Astrea, who's kind of, you know, a little bit wonky as well, then, well, the rest is going to be fairly similar. It's just, it's how it works, you know? He's their example. And he leads by example, let me tell you, you know? This is the type of game that he approves of. He looks at it like, oh yeah, that's my server, baby. You know, other people would be ashamed by it, but he's like, no, I'm not ashamed. Like, he's taking pictures, you know, like the thumbs up in there, posting about it on Instagram as well. Look what my kids did today, you know? He's one of them.
Yeah, he's posing with a photon cannon. Shield batteries.
Yeah. Yes. Oh.
Ooh, what am I gonna guess?
This is where we separate the boys from men, Loco.
Well, I mean, I think I've already shown that in the previous one. That one was already really strong.
Yes, but this is the type, you know, here it could be over in one go. This is like when you're playing golf and you hit your ball in the pond like 7 times in a row. Is there a cap with golf, by the way? I know with the mini golf there is. Like, if you get more than 7, then, you know, it ends. And then you have to go to the next one and you failed.
I have not done that in so long.
Really? I love mini golf. I'm a huge fan of it.
You play mini golf regularly?
Yeah? Yeah, of course.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I don't actually like regular golf as much. I think it is too
never
long
played
until you get to the
regular golf
good
either.
part, you know? Lots of walking involved as well. Mini golf, it has cool obstacles. Regular golf is much more, you know? It's actually a really boring version of mini golf. It's always that mini golf is the evolution of regular golf. You know?
It should be called golf and like Maxi golf or something. We should just rename the sport.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mini golf being the original one.
Imagine you see Tiger Woods like putting into one of these, you know, like one of them windmills, you know? And the freaking
He would be really good at that too, I'm sure.
yeah, but it's more timing based, you know? Maybe he's good at hitting the ball the right speed, but the timing, that can be different. They can be different, Tiger. We need to guess as well.
Yeah, I've already sent mine in.
Oh, yeah, I was still yapping.
This one's a really tricky one though, because this can almost be any level in my mind.
Yeah, this is... You know, if Masters 2 comes out of this, I'd be like, sure. And if it's like Silver 3, I'm also, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, he was stacking the Void Rays and stuff, and he was, you know, activating the... But it was also an all-army hotkey, right? Because there's nothing else going on at that point. And we did build like 17 shield batteries in the natural expansion. Like, he was never going to be able to make a Nexus anywhere.
The decision maker was god-awful, Loco.
Yeah.
Got a spade here. This is some terrible decision making, but I still decided... Oh, no, wait, you have to start. What did you decide here, Loco?
I honestly am not 100% sure, but it wasn't terrible. Honestly, it could be higher level than the previous one, even though I guess Masters 1, but I went Diamond 3 on this.
I love it. I went for Platinum on. Similar, just kind of in the middle. It could be anywhere, but
Yeah.
the void stacking... It got some stuff going inside of me, you know, it felt good. The butterflies, you know, they were fighting in my belly. In a positive way.
Ooh. Good. I needed that. If this was gonna be like Gold 3 or whatever, you know, like this would have been GG, but this is not terrible.
It's not terrible, but it's also not that great. It's I can just see it as well. I mean, I actually can't, but okay, whatever. We should have maybe put more more stock in the Void Ray stacking. God, I hate these guys so much.
Yeah, that was... I think that's what just happens on the PvP, or on the NA server in PvP, man. I'm pretty sure as we speak, there's about a dozen of those games going on right now.
Yeah, simultaneously.
They're building photon cannons
You'd
right
figure,
now.
though, that if they play this scenario so much, they'd be a little bit better at it.
Yeah, but they're stressful games, right? Like, as soon as you see the first photon cannon going up, you can feel your heartbeat going, right? Like, your blood pressure goes up. It's a bit of a mess. You forget how to play properly.
Is that how it works, though? Is it? Don't you think after a while it just kind of gets boring? Like, isn't it the same with the guys that like do the, you know, you start with like skydiving, and then like 3 years later you're like base jumping. And
Are you saying NA servers, they're like adrenaline junkies? Is that what's going on the NA
I
server?
think so, and I think at some point, like, this is pretty much the peak level, you know? Both of them spamming batteries, cannons on one base, messing air units. It's like fast, cool, but also unit stacking and buildings that shoot. It's like, what else is there? Like, they start, like, bungee jumping from the Golden Gate Bridge or something. It's like what is the next level? Like, I don't think their heart rate goes up very much anymore, this type of game, you know? They look at it, it's like, because it's just a regular morning. They've been doing this for so long, Loco.
Yeah, I don't know where you go from here.
Oh, Hallucination Scout.
Yeah.
You see how fast that is?
That is pretty quick.
It's
Twilight
beautiful.
Council opener. He did make... Okay, this is all looking pretty normal.
Yeah, why is he down 12 workers, though? And now down 20?
I hadn't glanced at the bottom of the screen yet. Okay.
He has 70 supplies 7 minutes in. I'm not sure how much action we had, but... I also
It's
want
like
to...
we missed something, right? Like, where did the Blink Stalkers go? I guess that already happened. He just expanded behind a bit. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here, Loco. Nothing happened. This guy also got supply block massively. He forgot his second depot. He built his starport before the second depot. That's why he had no workers. Okay? I just want to share this information with you so we can have a level playing field. It could also be
Zealots are
fake
doing an awful lot
information
of
to
damage.
really unlevel the playing field.
You can tell me anything, man. It's okay. I got this. It's fine.
Supply is so low of this Darren.
We're going +1, 9.5 minutes in. That's kind of a banger. Oh, okay. The Blink Stalkers did show up, just like 5 minutes late.
This is not
Does
a
he just
good
win
game.
here? Don't tell me this game keeps going now.
No, this is over. It is. I'd be very impressed if that. Does he not have stim?
SCVs, they're under attack.
Does he not have stim?
He's attacking his own depot.
Something happened that we didn't see, man. Either they got massively supply blocked and both of them went AFK for like 2 minutes,
No, like,
or there was just a huge fight and we missed it. What happened?
I think you're reading too much into this. This is a guy that had 6 units in his entire army, and all you had to look at was his army, and he started attacking his own depot for 3 seconds. Like, this is not a man that needs something to happen in the early game for him to have poor macro. He can just do that naturally.
That's a skill as well, all his own.
Yes, it is a skill. I'm not sure if it's a
very
positive
good
skill.
one, not a well-developed one, but
No, he seemed very well developed at that particular skill of ruling the early game without anything happening. I'm
how
not
do
sure.
we guess this one then?
SCVs, they're
I'll give you a
I'm
hint.
gonna-
I'm
I'm
going
gonna let you-
lower than Master Stu.
That's the same hint I was just about to give you. I think it's gonna be a little lower than the previous ones. But it did look like it's not like one of those games. We've seen those as well, right? Where it's pretty obvious that both guys have never seen a pro game before and they're just doing their own stuff. Like this had the semblance of what is normal, right? Like if you don't look at any of the details, this kind of could look like a relatively normal game. Like opening,
This is also how I
Blink,
sell
going into-
paintings. Look, it's very rough, but if you don't look at any of the details, could have been Van
Exactly.
Gogh.
Exactly. So they have seen pro games before, you know. Like it's not. I'm not saying it's Bronze League. You know, I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I'm also not calling it Bronze League, but I'm not entirely sure if they have actually seen pro games. I think they might have heard of pro games existing and maybe of some concepts, but
Nah. This is
SCV.
your average StarCraft enjoyer, I think. Guys that really, you know, they enjoyed playing the game at some point, but these days they mostly watch and they like enjoy watching the game. Maybe like, for example, YouTube, you know, like they occasionally watch like a cast on YouTube or whatever, and then they try to mimic that in their own games. I think that's what.
perhaps a cast on youtube.com/LocoTV.
Yes? I'm just saying, that's just one of the options.
Do you think they also always hit the like button and subscribe and hit the bell as well at the end?
100%, yeah. Just
Yeah.
like people are gonna do on this video right now.
That's crazy, Loco.
That's
All right.
amazing. I
You know
never
what else is
expected
crazy?
that.
Is my guess of gold 2.
Ooh, I went to gold 3.
Nice. Oh, you're so similar. I feel like we've been good at staying close in the guesses. We've not been good at guessing the right answer. So I'm not sure how.
I mean, if we play enough rounds, at some point we'll get it right.
Right? Well done, Loco. Phenomenal guess.
Thank you.
That's crazy. Because these margins are so small as well at the lower
Yeah,
level.
that's the thing about the lower leagues,
Yeah.
especially, right? Like you win like 2 games, you get promoted again.
Yeah. Oh, that was
Need
so
a
well
little bit of
done.
luck. Need a little bit of luck, but we
It's
did
crazy to be in the presence of greatness like that.
it. Thank you.
Oh, look at that. 311 adapt timing. There's no creep tumor. Oh, it's in between the bases.
Yep. Put it on the ramp. That's a little bit of a risky one though, because you can block your queen and stuff too.
Yeah. Also, what is this drone doing?
drone went all
330
the way out.
hatchery.
Yeah. Oracle though coming up in a normal time. Oh, new ability. Look at that. Instant stasis ward going for the Baneling bust. Oh,
I feel like
that's the stasis ward. Yeah, nice. Sick.
What is this sentry doing though?
Where's the sentry going there, though? Man, this guy was focused on microing his Oracle. He was panicking, dude. This is the blood pressure situation.
Oh, a couple more stasis. Can never have enough of those nowadays. Oh, he went just mass oracle
Yeah.
and storm. This is a theory.
did I see
crafted
swarm?
build.
Yeah, there's a swarm host. Is that just the one swarm host?
Yeah, it's to activate
yeah.
the stasis. I think you know. That is
This guy's
free stasis
ahead of the
activation. Yeah.
He's going armor upgrade after +1, now going carrier? Okay.
This is one hell of a gamer, Loco. What do you feel of this control? Colossus? Why are there Colossus?
Yeah, so... I think this one's gonna be a tough one, dude. Because there's like, again, like we see in isolation, there's some really good moves. I mean, this could be hero, you never know. The all army hotkey, all of the oracles in.
Yeah, it could be hero. This is also a nice move through a tiny choke. There's multitasking though.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh.
It's done? I wouldn't have minded a little more of this game, to be honest, Loco. I felt like I was really getting into the groove there at the end.
Yeah. Wait, we were looking at the Protoss or the Zerg?
Yeah, one of the two.
Okay, perfect.
Protoss. We're looking at the Protoss. Okay, let me tell you. This Protoss was quite intelligent, but too intelligent for his own good. You know? Too much. 6 Oracles, Templar, Immortal, Colossus, Intercarrier. It's like, you probably could have
What if you
skipped.
just make one of each unit and you can counter every Zerg unit perfectly?
Yeah.
You have the hard counter for everything, and then you can never lose. Just make one of each.
That's what he did. Except of the Oracle, he made 6 of those and then move command them into the Hydras.
I do like, by the way, that we had a little bit of an NA server moment there with a Bailing Bust. That was always nice. Like, that has to be mixed in there. Clearly the Zerg could macro, but he's like, you know what? Let me just roll a couple of Bailings in as well. And I did kind of like the crisis management there from Protoss, by the way. Like, so the Sentry was forgotten about, but he was very busy recharging the Oracle and then putting the Stasis Ward in the choke point.
Yeah, I think that was bad though, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah, couldn't he have just recharged the Sentry?
the Sentry, right? That would be the obvious solution, I think, here to the problem. I liked, you know, the thought of giving more energy to an Oracle, but if you have a Sentry that can force field 3 times against 7 Bailings, and you have an Oracle that can shoot these Bailings while they're bumping into the force field, I feel like that probably would be slightly superior, Loco. But
So we have moments of brilliance. And cool plays. And multitasking too.
yes,
But also really bad moments and bad calls.
duality of man. All right, you can tell me what you have, Loco.
I decided to go Diamond 1.
Me too.
You went Diamond 1 as well?
We're twinning.
Oh, dude, we have been really close. Other than the first round, I mean, the first round, the Mutiling Bane threw me off, okay?
Yeah, that's fair. Fair play. You know, you can't have it all.
I think this was a pretty good... It's just...
Yeah.
It's
Look, I'm
it's
with
like
you.
really, it's like good control, but he like overcomplicated it, you know? Like he made it harder on himself than it really needed to be. And then a little bit of all army hotkeying because he was panicking against the double front and I mean, yeah.
The storms though, like when he was delaying the Hydra Lurker move out, every storm was a hit and the army didn't move command into Lurker. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is like, that's it, you know? That feels good.
I think this is the type of Protoss player that like overcomplicates the game a little bit. Like he's
Yeah.
played so much that he has he's thought about the game too much, you know? Like at some point you gotta get back to basics. Just use the force fields. Just go for the more standard unit composition. We don't really need to build everything.
Yeah. This is the type of guy that also has like his own hotkey setup, you know? That he thought about for like years. They paid like a consultant as well. Like the McKinsey boys worked hard on this hotkey setup. You can feel that already.
Yeah, no, he definitely has the perfect setup for everything. He's ripped a couple of keys out of the keyboard for certain.
Yeah.
Maybe he's one of those remappers, you know? You just disable the hotkey entirely with software. Something like that.
Yeah, he was one of the early adapters with the gaming glass as well, you know, with the yellow filter in it. Yeah, dude, these guys freaking buzzing.
He's Googling, like, what is Cyril's setup like, and he just buys his mouse and keyboard.
He's been using the ruler before Flash did as well.
Diamond 1, it has to be. We figured it out. It has to be. The more I talk about this, the more confident I am.
Yeah, dude, I don't even really need to see the spin anymore, but just for the sake of tradition, Hamster, let's go through the motions. There's no way.
Oh!
He's
been Diamond 1, though. He's been Diamond 1. He's ranking up right now.
Yeah. He's either he came from there or he's on the way there, you know. But life is a journey.
Maybe both.
Maybe both. He started there, now he's going back. It's like, yeah.
It's the new season. It's a new
season. It's always hard at the start. All these tryhards come back, their new builds. Yeah, not understandable. Sick performance though, Loco.
Did I do reasonably well now in the end?
We did phenomenal. We did bad.
I
Dude,
think, yeah.
I had some bad weeks behind me, okay? I'm really happy with I needed a win again.
With the exact same guess, obviously you are still tied on 8 points, which puts Loco, after over half of the competitors, on spot number 2.
Wow. Well done.
I remember there was a season in the past though where I had a very similar setup and then I just got knocked out. I just didn't get to play the playoffs.
Yeah, but
Who's still coming after me, guys? Do we have a list? You need to send me the list afterwards. I can kind of guess whether or not I'm gonna beat them.
So you can pay them off? Is this how you usually win?
Whoa! I just want to know.
Just send me the list. I'll take care of it.
I remember once upon a time we did like a series. I think it was me together with Euthermal. And Euthermal asked after like 2 rounds, is Masters 3 higher or Masters 1? You know, like I need one of those guys to come after me so I can make sure that I'll move into the playoffs.
Okay, Euthermal will be next then, all right? So you can look nice in comparison.
That's what I need.
If you're not done yet with Rank Roulette, be sure to also participate in Harstem versus the World, where I will be taking on you guys. Click the link down in the description or in the pinned comment, and you can fight against me. Send in your own results, and perhaps at the end of the season, you are the best at Rank Roulette. Ah, come on. Oh, what? Oh, it's a 4... What? I hadn't even looked at the minimap yet. He doesn't know where his opponent spawned. I think this is the first time we've ever seen that.